Hey everyone, welcome to the Electric Supercar channel. This week might be a little bit of a short week. I started out pretty sick and I might have a surgery on Friday. So we'll see what we can do. Alright, so one thing I thought we could do to have some fun, spice things up, name my car. So you remember that movie Forrest Gump? There's a part where they say it's bad luck to have a boat without a name.
You ever think about naming this old boat? It's bad luck to have a boat without a name.
I think it might be bad luck to have a car without a name. So, give me your suggestions in the comments. My thought is, I'll announce the winner and we'll kind of be able to put like a vinyl sticker somewhere. We're gonna have your name on it, name on the car. All right, so me and the viewers, we have a special relationship. It's a relationship where you are always right and I'm always learning. So with the trunk here, I'll just show you. All right, so here's what I was thinking is, again, I originally, the hood kind of goes to about here, or I shouldn't say the hood, the trunk lid went to about here. I wanted to go all the way out so I can get a lot of clearance here. Somebody mentioned they thought the trunk probably opened that way, and they were probably right. I didn't like that just because I think that's really hard to gain access. So I would have done it this way either way. The other thing is, this feature here is really kind of what, I don't want to say messed me up, but made it a lot more challenging. And somebody else in the comments said, well, yeah, you probably should have just cut that off. And I thought, oh, golly, yeah, that would have been a ton easier. So again, I probably will do that. Again, my thought is I really want the hinge locations to be kind of at the corners because that'll be way more sturdy. But I think for now, I'll probably just leave things. I've had enough hinge problems to last me for a while, so I'll probably leave that for a while. But again, my thought is, in the future, I might just kind of trim that, which means I'd have to kind of fill in that and then move the hinges to either side. But I think that's what I'll do long term. But for now, I'll probably just leave it. But thank you again for the comments. All right, so this week I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll see if I can mount the wing. So my supports that I made, got to get them shaped exactly to size. And then I'll look at wiring. So one, I got to get the wing wiring kind of down and back to where it needs to go. And then the other is I need to start looking at any little glitches that the motor seems to be having. So I'll send in some information to EV Controls and see if they can shed any light on the subject, or if I just kind of got to go it alone. Okay, right now I've got the wing flipped over. I was struggling just kind of going back and forth. I was using like belt sander and some other things to try and get the exact contour. So the rear wing is kind of like, I'll call it like an airfoil this way, and it's also kind of curved left to right. So it's kind of this compound curve, and you're just trying to touch it here and there to kind of get it to match exactly. However, I figured out that if I just put the sandpaper right on the place I want, and then just kind of go back and forth, you get kind of this match fit. So I'm going to do that both on the wing as well as this, because again, this one slopes back and also away. So I think that'll help me get these to shape much better and be an exact fit. All right, I thought I'd show again that getting a real nice fit to the trunk, kind of on both sides here. So now I'll kind of work on the top for the wing. All right, again, with a lot of sanding, I'm able to get it really flush there and there. All right, so I've got it fastened together. I do have one issue. So the fasteners that I've got, I'll just show you here, but when I lift this up, so essentially the fasteners hit on that rail that I made. So basically what I need to do is I need to get some flathead fasteners that I can countersink. That's what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to try and finish up this trunk seam here. So what I did is I got a little cutout, made it match there. So I'm just going to get some filler and kind of fill in this whole crack, so it kind of, I shouldn't say crack, this whole handmade section here so it matches the rest. So in theory, when I'm done, you won't be able to tell where I've started and where I've stopped. The same thing both sides. All right, I've decided for me where I am. I'd say I'm gonna call it a 50% ratio. So what that means is when I do filling, I fix or help about 50% of what I want to help. And so this means after 2 times, I've got about 75% complete. So that's kind of my ratio, is about 50%. And so this is what it looks like. Again, coming down, it looks pretty good. Starting to fill across here as well, and then this side. So it's looking pretty good. Like I said, 75%. So if I do another one, it'll be up to 80 something and then 90 something. So I've probably got 3 or 4 more times before I think it'll be good enough to call close to done. But that's kind of where we're to. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the car. Just kind of show you the whole thing here. All right, so it's been about 2 minutes. Again, I haven't seen like any glitches or anything. If I go to settings, I don't get any fault codes. But as soon as I shift it into gear, that's kind of when things start kind of acting up a little bit. So let's see, I'll go back. Oh, I forgot I gotta put my foot on the brake. Alright, so I got it set here, so I'll put my foot on the brake. I'm changing this into reverse. And you saw, like, just immediately it kind of did a glitch, a couple glitches going all over the place. And again, the favorite error code is the those two, the BRKMI makes me think that it's not finding the brake pedal or something, and then the other one is the phase agitate drive. And if I go back to neutral, let's see, I'll go back here. So if I go back to neutral, it will still glitch. So it's once I've gone into drive or to reverse is when it glitches, and then it'll continue to glitch. All right, so to access a lot of my wiring, I can kind of get my hand in, but I think to really gain access, I want to take my access panel out. In order to do that, got to take the seat out. All right, I got my trusty cheat sheet. I got to get this digital somehow, but essentially I've got the connectors here color coded, and I think what I'm going to try first is I'll turn it on, see when it's glitching, and kind of start disconnecting some of the systems and see if it has any impact on that. And then the other thing I was going to try and do is maybe make a new CAN cable. So I don't know if somehow that got damaged or anyway, that one would be another easy one to check. Again, it's the weirdest thing, so it'll stay fine forever, but as soon as I shift it into gear, it starts freaking out. So what makes me concerned is that right now it's talking. So it's reading, you know, voltage and all these other parameters, which to me means that the CAN communication's okay, but when I go into gear, then something's out of whack. So it does make me concerned that it's more of a board, not a cable. The only other thing I can think of, again, this one really doesn't make sense either, but my 12 volt battery is dead, like it won't hold a charge. And so in order to start the car, I hook it up to my 12 volt power supply, and then I've got my DC to DC converter that kind of powers the car. So I'm just wondering if, I don't know, maybe like there's just 12 volt sags and spikes or something. But again, that wouldn't make too much sense of why when you're in drive as opposed to just on, why it would glitch. So if you guys have thoughts, please let me know in the comments. Alright, so this time I tried it without the high voltage. I wasn't even sure if it would be able to kind of connect with the controller, meaning to the Tesla, but it seems like I can, and so I put foot on the brake, changed it to reverse, and it's not glitching. So it seems to be only when the high voltage is on. Anyway, more interesting facts. Alright, I got this high quality CAN cable, data cable, and it's double shielded. I've got these connectors on. This was for the inverter side. I need to put the connectors on for the controller side. Like I said, I'm not real convinced that this is going to do anything. I do have one more thought. I don't know how this could affect it, but I don't know, a week or two ago I kind of went looking in my battery box. I don't know, had one of these feelings that maybe one of the coolant lines was leaking or something. It wasn't, but wondering if somehow I did something there. So, alright, so I'm actually running out of time. I got surgery tomorrow, so not sure how much more we'll be able to do. Wish me luck.
Alright, I survived. I'm back from surgery. I know I'll get asked, I just had some back surgery done. But so far it's doing really well. So I'm anxious to get back working.
Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this week. See you next week.